Aloha. Please kokua and help us reach new viewers by subscribing to our HUOA YouTube page. Look for the red subscribe button on the bottom right. It's free. Your subscription supports our mission to share Uchinanchu Aloha around the world. Also, don't forget to give our videos a thumbs up. Mahalo and yuta surugutu urige sabida.
The Hawaii United Okinawa Association's virtual Okinawan Festival is made possible thanks to donations from viewers like you. Mahalo and ippe nihe debiru.
Hi, Johnson.
We're
Hi,
back.
everyone.
We're back on Yuntaku Live. Things are starting to pick up, and I think we're returning to normalcy. Of course, everyone has to still stay cautious and wear your mask, and be careful out there. But we just had our senior fair, and we brought in probably over 400-500 people to our senior fair. I want to thank all of the participants, especially the vendors who came out to support us, and then of course the attendees, all the seniors from our community and beyond who came to find information and education about senior health and care and a whole host of great information. So again, it was a great 2022 return to in-person senior fair. So I know we had all our volunteers working real hard. Clarice was probably running around, and I was running around, and it was a fun day.
Yeah, so unfortunately I was not there, but I know there was a lot of hardworking people out there, including Kent Billings, I think, involved in the setup, and a lot of our regular volunteers. So so I just wanted to make sure to correct
I thought
that.
you were there. Okay, I guess I
was there in spirit, maybe, in heart.
I guess I was running around so much. Everybody looked like Clarice. I don't know. You're too young to be there. That's what it was. But again, thanks to all the volunteers who came out. But we have a whole host of activities and events coming up.
We do. So again, plugging our first, or it's not first, but back to live Okinawan Festival this year, right at the Hawaii Convention Center. Scripts are out; they're available and available for purchase. So all of the clubs, I think a majority of the clubs have picked up their scripts. So you should be getting announcements from your club president or from your board, and be able to pick up as many scripts as you want to your heart's desire at your club picnics, and any other way or method through obtaining scripts from your club, and of course contacting HOA as well, right? So if you cannot make contact with your club, then please go ahead and reach out to us. But again, it's our first time back within the last 2 years, and we're super excited to be back at the Hawaii Convention Center. There's been a lot of collaboration. A lot of our core team has come back, and they're helping and just doing so much behind the scenes. And of course, our general committee that is comprised of probably 100 or so volunteers dedicating their time. So I just can't thank everyone enough for pulling together to pull off what we anticipate to be another successful event. And so aside from the Convention Center and the Okinawan Festival, moving on to the Legacy Awards, we do have that coming up on July 24th. Hopefully everyone has marked their calendars. We are honoring 3 outstanding and amazing individuals, Dr. Mark Mugi Ishii, Jane Sarikaku posthumously, and Paul Yonomine. So 3, again, very outstanding individuals that have contributed so much to not just the Okinawan community, but to to Hawaii as a whole. And so we hope everyone will come out and support them. The deadline is coming up very quickly to purchase your tickets and your tables for any table sponsors. The drop dead deadline, or the final deadline, is July 5th, right? So that is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yes. So contact us. The best way is online through the website. Please go ahead and make your purchases there. But it's going to be another fun event, and we're hoping for a packed house.
Yeah, I want to go back a little bit to the Okinawan Festival. I'm sure there are viewers out there who are going to see this or are watching this and saying, wait, tickets are available already? Well, the script sales traditionally are shared among the HOA clubs. And as a club member and a benefit to our members, they are able to get pre sale tickets. And so, of course, their members are able to pick it up and not have to stand in the lines when they get to the convention center. But that is a benefit that we offer to our clubs, and they offer it to their members. And so, if any of you are interested in picking up scripts ahead of time, and you are aware of a club member, or you yourself are not a member, tap on the shoulder of a neighbor or whatnot and say, hey, do you have tickets for the Okinawan Festival? It really is a time saver, especially when you're running in to get the Okinawa Festival T-shirts and the goodies from Okinawa in our in our marketplace and whatnot. So, and then of course the Legacy Awards, great honorees, but especially Jane Sarakaku, our former executive director. And so we are asking our clubs to come out and support the family who's all attending from out of state and to honor Jane and her legacy. So again, please support the Legacy Awards in honor of our honorees, including Jane Sarakaku.
Yes, that's right. And I just wanted to do also a brief mention. So this past weekend was packed with events, right? We had the UJSH 64th installation and recognition banquet. And so that was at the Japanese Chamber, or at the Japanese Cultural Center. A lot of our members were in attendance supporting Pat Miyashiro, our immediate past president. And it was just such an amazing event. Our guests that are joining us today as well have a huge presence in the UJSH as well. But it was just so fun to see, just so many people out there. It was probably about like 300 people or so.
At least.
Yeah. So it was just that. And then also the 2022 Sharing the Spirit of Aloha Gala, also put on by the Japanese Cultural Center of Hawaii. And that also was just an amazing event, maybe 400 or so people in attendance. Again, a packed house over at the Sheraton, and they just did such an amazing event. So thank you to our sister organizations who are all doing their part and working so hard. Again, to UJSH as the umbrella organization, right, over all of us that does so much to steward this community. So again, just wanting to bundle that energy up and harness it, going into the Legacy Awards events. I think it's going to be an awesome turnout and a program, and everyone is just going to have a really good time.
Boy, the gala, talking about energy, highlight was watching 102 years old Lillian Yajima get up and do the hula. It's like, wow.
So amazing. Yeah. Definitely not a dry eye, I think, in the house that night.
That was amazing. So, we're here, Yuntaku Live number 63. We're literally at the end of June. My goodness, we're gone through half the year. And, our special guests today are Francis and Randy Kuba. Now, we've had Francis on. She's a regular on Yuntaku Live, only because she's such an active member in the community and such a great, show of support not only for our community but also the preservation and promotion of our Okinawan culture through her dance school. But not everybody knows why Randy Kuba follows her all over the place. And so we wanted to bring them on together today and not merely just, one supporting the other's event. So let's welcome Francis and Randy Kuba.
Yay.
Hi,
Hi.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share again.
Yep, thank you,
Well,
Clarice, John. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And we're so happy to see you guys. Where are you guys joining us from?
We're at the my dojo at the Manoa Japanese Language School. So we thought this would be the best perfect place to share too, so you can see our background. Our sensei is watching over us.
Fantastic.
So, like I mentioned to our viewers that we've had you on the show before, Francis. We've talked to you several times, but it's always nice to see and hear about your story. And I was trying to think back to some of the Yuntaku lives that we had with you, and I thought, well, I remember you talking about your family, especially your mother and the influence she had on you. But then
Yes.
I was trying to remember when did you come to Hawaii?
Yes. So right after high school, so I was born and raised in Okinawa. And right after high school, I moved to Hawaii to attend college. So it was 1986. And I went to Chaminade. So it was 1986. So after college, I just stayed in Hawaii because I fell in love with the community. And of course, my cousin and uncle, Kyoshi Kinjo, had put me under his wings and took me all over the place to perform and really gave us opportunity to be involved in
Oh
the
my.
community.
Okay. Wait. So, well, first of all, you look like a Japanese idol in this
Model, yeah.
photo. You look, I don't know, to me you look like a Yamaguchi Momoe album cover. But what
I
the
had a
two
Van
birds on your
Halen t-shirt.
the two birds on your shoulder. Can you tell
Yeah,
me
that's
about that?
my cockatiels, Beanie and Genie. They were not compatible because they felt that I'm their partner. So they were always next to me. Beanie and Genie, I miss them so much.
Now I'm the
Oh,
partner.
Randy won.
yeah. Oh, that's a cute picture. But
Yeah.
so that was in college, right? And so right
Yes.
after graduating from Chaminade,
Yes.
then your first job was
Yes. So I wanted to, well, so it was really hard for me to stay because everybody wanted me back to Okinawa. But I
oh
wanted to work and see because if I went back to Okinawa, I would definitely be just dancing, So dance would be like my whole life, which I really love. But I wanted to explore, the American side and, be a working woman. And so since my mother was managing like commercial real estate and my father was a developer, I
oh
wanted to go into real estate and learn. And when I came to Hawaii, it was 1986 when the real estate boom was happening. And everybody said, oh, you got to go into real estate because I can speak Japanese and I can help a lot of people, international clients. So I thought, okay, so then my first job would be at a Japanese real estate company. So I thought it would be a good training for me. So I started
mm,
working right after college. It was a working visa. So during that time, we had that typewriter and the carbon copy typing away. But yeah, I learned a lot from that company. I'm so grateful. And ever since
that's
then, yeah,
right
so
about the end of carbon copy, just about then. Yeah, that's true.
that's right. And all the listings were like in a book. It wasn't like computer. I
Yeah,
don't know if a lot of people remember, but yeah, it was
yeah.
like
The
a
Apple, the Macintosh hadn't come out yet, or yeah, just right before Macintosh.
yes.
Oh,
What
funny. Okay,
ever.
so then, but then you eventually did come back, right? I mean, and you worked and you came back, and then you continued your dancing, I guess,
Yes.
career, and
Yes.
then which started right into what your first
So
recital.
yes. So my cousin or uncle Kinjo Kyoshi, he took me all over the place, and then so I met many people who wanted to learn dance, or they asked me if I'm interested, and so I consulted with my sensei, and they said, "Oh, maybe it is a good time to share Senjukai dance," and so that process was kind of like challenging because I've never, like I'm still like in the 20s,
Mm.
27 or 20, yeah, 6, 7. And so Kyoshi Kinjo had helped me, like find a place. And in fact, the first place was like at a karate place, studio, dojo.
Oh.
Actually, my first student was my cousin, Sandy Uehara.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
first, and then now, it started to grow, and I had the older people, older seniors, and then now we have um, about 30 students. Before COVID, now it's kind of like 15 because of the COVID. They're taking a break, but
Mm.
hopefully they can come back after they feel comfortable. But we're so
Mm.
grateful for all of them. We have a lot of new kids class that's coming to the studio, and yeah, those pictures are some of the community events. Like during the COVID, we didn't have any income, so we
Mm.
had that andagi sale with Aloha Andagi. Junko Biseis supported us, and we have the advisors there at that time. We had our kickoff here downstairs at the Manoa Japanese Language School. So
Mm.
David, in that picture, it's David, Randy, Dexter. Mark was the chairperson for the recital, and then Sandy's there too.
Mm.
Wow, I miss Sandy.
Yeah, I haven't seen Sandy Goya in a
Yeah,
while.
yes. And then that's one of the earlier performances at the Okinawa Center. Not Okinawa Center, not Kapiolani Park.
Festival.
Yeah,
Mm.
festival. Yeah, I miss Kapiolani Park too.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
many
yes.
familiar faces. Gerald Shiroma right
Yes.
behind you.
I
So
miss them.
then,
Oh, this
but
one I wanted to share is the committee for Chuhisana. So you can see Pat Miyashiro right there on the left.
yes,
He's
I
so
was
young.
wondering if that was Pat
Yes. And we
and
have Henry
Henry
and
in the
Clara
back.
in the back.
Yeah,
There's Randy in the middle.
Iris. I see Iris
Irene.
Yafuso.
Yes.
Wow, I think that's Ali Bisu, right? In the top
Yes.
corner.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
Mavis next to her? I'm not sure who's next to her. Can't tell. Wow.
Sandy.
Okay, so
Yes.
and this is for Chuhisana.
Chuhisana. So this is the time that I got to know him, Randy.
So that person sitting right in the middle.
Yes.
So what was well, okay. So
Okay.
what was his role in Chuhisana?
You wanna say?
Well, she was looking for a chairman, yeah, to handle the recital, and then Ed Kuba graciously suggested me as a chairman. So Francis did call me up, and I told her, well, let me think about it. You know, so I was thinking all kind of excuses how to say no, nicely. Um, then all of a sudden she called, and with her enthusiastic businesswoman, salesperson personality, she said, "So what's the good news, Randy?" And I couldn't say no. You know, I didn't have the heart to say no. I said, "Okay, when do we get started?" And that's how it started. So that's how I became
What
chairman of the first recital.
what's the good news? Wow, I want to know how many hours you spent trying to find the perfect line. It probably
It was a long
wasn't
time.
impromptu. Yeah, she probably sat there going, okay. But you coming up, you just had a Mother's Day, your 25th anniversary. How fast time flies! And that
Yes.
was a great virtual program, wonderful program, and you were able to show clips from your past programs in there, and you still have something coming up at the end of
Yes.
this year,
I
right?
just wanted to say thank you very much to HOA. Of course, John, you supported and helped me a lot with this, the video, and then the hot crew, Hawaii Okinawa Today crew really supported us
Hmm.
with the videos. 本当にありがとうございました. And of course, all the members too. But we were able to honor, the parents, mothers, and all who had supported us in the past. And so, and we were able to celebrate 25th anniversary. We didn't know if we are going to be able to make it in person, but yes, in December, we always have the annual cultural fusion, which is fundraiser for our school. We have it once a year right after Thanksgiving. Usually it's 1 week right after Thanksgiving. And this year, because things are opening up, we decided to combine our 25th anniversary together with our cultural fusion because it wasn't in person. So we're going to celebrate our 25th anniversary at the same time as the cultural fusion. So it will be on December 3rd at the Hawaii Okinawa Center. Yay! During the
I'm familiar with that place.
Where's that place?
Okinawa Center, and we have, of course, Okinawa music and dance. We have silent auction, many gift baskets of Awamori, Manasu, and many other things. And of course, kimono too. We have lots of kimono, obis. Yes. So it will be a very interesting gift baskets. And also, let's see, we have drawing too. Drawing. So you can participate in that. And you
we
can
can
go
win a
on
trip to Okinawa.
we gotta raise funds. Yeah, so
It's so neat to see your flyer. I was looking at that flyer and I kind of looked at it closely. It's like, oh my gosh, I see, Kimi and Katie right up in front. And of course, that
yes,
photo was taken not that long ago, but already they've grown so much since that photo has been taken.
yeah, that was 2019, so the last cultural fusion.
That was
Yeah,
2019. No, that photo.
yeah, I think it's 2019,
2019.
right?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
They
They grow
look
so fast.
wow.
Yes,
And then, as if that's not enough, you served as UGSH president, right?
yes. So in 2020, right when the COVID hit us, I was installed in actually end of June or July. So I was basically a virtual president, but the work is still the
Mm.
same because we have to be creative, right? So my goal was definitely not to give up and bring in value to UJSH now that I'm committed. So we were able to focus on a book called Denkyo no Ayumi, which is a journey of Denkyo, which is UJSH. So we were able to honor and feature our members. There's many, like 20 Kenjinkais in the organization, so we were able to feature all of them. Also the legacy events. So we were able to unite with this book, even though we had the COVID. Yeah,
And
so
is that book, was that just a souvenir book? Is it still for sale at the
it's still for
GCCH?
sale. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Although it was published in 2021, it's still available. So it has all the Kenjinkai's information, for people who want to know about other Kenjinkais too. And also the legacy events that we have and our history, in the past. So we had that and all the virtual events. So this really kept us busy. Really grateful for all the members, especially Karen Kubahori, who helped us design this book. Yeah, and many uh, helpers, Cyrus, and there's members at Cyrus Tamashiro and Ken Saiki from UJSH, Annette
David.
Matsumoto, David, Awa. I mean, there's so many people who had reviewed and edited. Janice Matsuura, who had supported this, and they're so detailed. So it took a lot of time in creating this, and so grateful because of them. Yeah, and all the supporters, of course, the
Yeah, there's a
sponsors.
lot of information in that book. It's a great
Yes.
book.
I think HOC has this book too.
Hmm.
So you can buy it at HOC,
Hmm.
Hawaii Okinawa Center.
Yes.
Ne. So
Yeah.
We have everything at HOC.
yes, I love the museum too. And the 25th anniversary, we featured, when you were able to showcase the museum. Thank you.
Right,
It's so
right.
beautiful. So beautiful. And love your conch shell too. Yeah.
All right, let's
Yes.
get to the meat of it, though. You know, the reason why we have both of you sitting so close together, in camera, right, Clarice?
Yeah, okay. So we are well, actually, so I just wanted to say one more thing. I have heard so much about this book that that you put together for UJSH. So I just wanted to say just, congratulations on that. I hear it was quite an effort and all worth it. So I have definitely heard a lot about the effort that went into that book and just how nice it turned out. So congrats again.
Thank you.
But yeah, so again, we were kind of just like brainstorming, on upcoming guests and kind of like impromptu decided, oh, well, we have two like such really strong leaders in our community, right? Francis and Randy, and we know them separately in each of your own arenas or fields, but we just thought, oh, it would be so nice to bring you guys on together and kind of get the backstory on that. So thank you again for joining us tonight and just being here with us to share your story. So I guess the real question is, so how did you guys meet and when?
Yeah, so it was back, I don't know, when the first Chuhisana, so
99.
99, and then I was a chairman. And then, when you work together for 1 year, you get to know each other. And I saw a lot of qualities.
There's
Yep.
Ed.
There's
Ed,
Ed
thank
Kuba.
you. You're the
There's that.
Cupid for us.
And Ed is all over the place. Yep. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
We have a competition for our eyebrows, I think, but we're
That's right.
always competing over something.
Yeah, so that's how we got to know each other. And then after that, you see certain qualities in someone. And at that time, I was single, living a single life, watching football games and, you know, going to cocktail lounges. But, I looked at her and said, wow, maybe with her, talking to her and with her vision and her mission and things like that, she's a good partner to partner with. And at the rate I was going with these single guys, and they're still single today, I think I went a long way. I think I came a long way.
That's when we were dating.
Mhm.
That
Oh,
picture
so-
is when we were dating.
Well, what
Mhm.
you went on a date and Randy wore his finest HUA shirt. It looks like he's wearing his 2000 Centennial shirt.
Yeah, I was
you know
faithful
that-
to the HUA. I was still faithful to the HUA.
You can just see him going through his closet. I'm gonna wear a nice shirt today because it's a date. It's a date. I'm gonna wear my nicest shirt.
Yeah, that was our first dinner
HOA
date.
never fails.
No,
Perfect
so the
choice, Randy.
2000, yeah, 2000 was the centennial year.
Mm-hmm.
So we were celebrating that too at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, are you sure he was? Did he just use like planning meetings as dates, or did he actually ask you out on a date?
I asked her out after the Chuhisana. So, we had dinner, and then I think her cousin was going to come along to that dinner, Karen, because she was a little afraid of, I guess, having dinner with me alone. But then Karen canceled out, so that's when we had our first dinner date. I forgot where it was, but I think it was
Harbor Court.
Palomino.
Yeah, Harbor Court.
Yeah. Expensive dinner.
Okay, I'm sure that's not what you want to remember from that date, but okay.
It
But
was good.
but then I guess the sparks were already flying then, right?
Yeah, I think I think we kind of knew that we have the same, I guess, mentality, the same ambitions, to perpetuate the culture, and it was culture that brought us together, you know. And I had my own aspirations of what culture is, and she had hers, and so we even got involved in real estate because real estate is our business. Sharing the Okinawan culture is our passion. So her passion is sharing dance. Mine I didn't know yet, but all I knew was when I was taking karate, all the students, Hishiki Sensei's students said, "Hey, when you go back to Okinawa, why don't you bring back this awamori?" So I started bringing back awamori in suitcases. At that time, there was no regulation, how much you can bring back. And that's how I got started on the cultural part of the Okinawan culture, was bringing back awamori for the karate students.
The alcoholic culture of Okinawa.
Yeah, so for me, I think, like he mentioned about the culture, he was doing karate, and I was interested in learning karate too. So we started going to Hishiki Sensei, right? Remember?
Yeah.
So we trained a little bit together, but I think it's the culture that we had the same goal, same mission, and that kind of brought us together. And of course, he's so soft and humble and so nice. So yeah,
I was a pushover.
and he likes
Well,
sweets.
that begs the question: who was chasing who then?
Well, yeah, pretty much after I was chasing her, I was chasing her. So we went to a lot of dinners, so um, a lot of dinners all over town.
He
And
was whining and dining
yeah, whining and dining. But after we got married, well, it's a different story.
like, who's gonna cook for dinner? So yeah, so we need to go on dates.
Yeah, we'll go on more
Date
dates.
night.
Date
Date
night.
night.
Yeah.
Our date night is community night, right? That for all the leaders.
I know. Unfortunately, and fortunately so. Usually, everyone's getting together on Saturdays and Fridays for Okinawan events, right?
But that's
But
fun too.
but that
So-
that's I mean you found a common bond, you had a common purpose, and it sounds like both your personalities seem to match real well, and so I mean, who asked the question then?
Well, as a man, I asked the question, right?
Okay.
But
You know
all
the
this time-
perfect way. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was your question?
I was just wondering if when you asked her, you called her up and said, "Hey, Francis, any good
What's
news?"
the good news?
I should have used that line. I should have used that line. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see my role as a supporter of her, not for her to depend on each other, but support each other. Because she comes from Okinawa. She came with her sister. Her sister went back to Okinawa. She was kind of left alone here. She still had family, but I have a lot of family. But for a woman to get involved in real estate, it's tough. You got to go to listings yourself and appointments yourself, and things like that. So it's a good partnership because we support each other on that. We're fooling around with big money, and you can't make mistakes. So two heads are better than one. And when the going gets tough, when we have a tough client, we can always talk it over, we support each other. It's a team. It's difficult. It's a lonely road when you're alone in business. So that's where I feel my role is to support her.
It's a good supporter.
And she's in front of the store. I'm in the back of the store. I'm the warehouse guy. I do the grunt work. She does the PR, the sales. That's what she's good at. If it's not your genius, it's not your job. My job is in the back, supporting, carrying the bags, putting up the signs.
Put the sign there.
I know. I think one time many years ago, I went to your office and I thought, wait, whose office is this? Because I see a lot of Senjukai things here.
All my kimonos. Props.
So how long did it take you to say yes to the question, Francis?
Oh, okay. So going back, it was with the Chuhisana, he met all my family, right? Because they came here for the recital, and so all my family, my mother, everybody was like happy to see him. Oh, nice person, right? So it was like, oh, okay. But and then after he proposed me in a box, there was a box and a box and a box, and there was the ring. So I'm like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Right? Kind of like that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then he said, would you marry me? And then I'm like, okay.
So
Wow.
for those Okinawan men, yeah, you got to remember, you're not just marrying the wife, you're marrying the whole family, the whole clan, and they all come down from Okinawa to here, and
Mm.
they make sure the bride is okay. So
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Yeah. So it
just
Well,
was
Francis,
perfect time.
at least it was in a lot of boxes. You could have dropped it into the Awamori bottle.
So what is it?
You have to drink the whole thing to get the ring.
That's
So we
right.
have photos of your wedding. You folks had a beautiful wedding, right?
Yes. That yes, we had it at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel,
Oh
Mauna
yeah, see
Kea.
Iris running ahead of you.
Yes, Iris was the coordinator. I'm so grateful for her. Yeah, she was running all over. That
Oh, what
was
a cute
the
picture. How
happiest
come
moment of my
Randy
life.
is smiling more than you?
He's very happy. I'm happy too.
Yeah, I don't know. You're kind of like, oh, maybe. Wow, look at that. Nice photo.
Yeah, it was so nice because all the family came together and yeah, met your family and my family. And
Yeah.
now we don't see some of the people had passed. So that's one of
Mm,
our happiest memories.
mm.
yeah,
Everybody was here. Yeah. Yes. And now he's a supporter.
yeah. So like I mentioned, it's. I think the key is happy wife, happy life. Yeah. So I learned to say yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Weekend he will be carrying my luggage, my odori luggage. Kimono.
Yep, yep.
Oh yeah,
Well, that's
that's
a cute photo.
the kind.
Yeah, so that was at the real estate. That's why we couldn't go to the senior fair. It was the same time as the
Oh,
senior fair. So that was at the convention center. It was a real estate convention, and that's where we meet other realtors and our contacts on our network
Updates.
updates. Yeah, we go to seminars and so forth.
We're so young there.
That's
you're
our real
still
estate.
young.
It's a real estate picture that we had before. Of course, we have to change it now. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I've
Still
been
looks very
in.
accurate.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this looks like a Kaniohi house.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So that's our listing that we have that we just got, and then it's going up for sale Sunday.
Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in. It will be going up on this.
Yeah. So good thing about working as a team. Yeah, Francis has her contacts. I have my contacts, and we put it together, and it's a viable list of
Mm.
Good
clients.
support. Yes. So we were able to help not just local, but even clients from Okinawa, and the mainland too. So that's been helpful, and my family there with my senseis.
Mm.
That's when I got my shihan, the master teacher certificate. Yeah. So in Okinawa, so we went to Okinawa. Ne?
That's on the left is on the right of me is Francis' mother.
With the red.
The red.
Mm. So, yeah. Oh,
Okay, now. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures because I took this picture. And you recall this? This was at Pearl Harbor. In fact, I don't know how long ago this was, but what caught my eye was seeing Randy in the background. Just I don't think he ever put his, I don't know if that was a phone or a camera. He just kept taking pictures. And I thought, wow, that's so cute. That's all he was doing was taking pictures of you. He didn't take a picture of me, that's for sure. And I think there were other performers. Like it may have been Ichiro Sensei, I think, performed that
Yes.
day, and then Daichi Hirata. And I'm not sure I saw Randy taking picture of them, but when you were dancing, look at that. That's all he's doing, taking pictures of you. So I thought that was so cute.
Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Thanks, John. That helps. That helps a lot.
Oh, nice. Thank
So
you.
so with all that, right? I mean, now you guys are working together with the real estate business, and but you're continuing on the side of the culture side, Randy, the bringing and distributing Awamori. And it seems like every year I hear more and more people talking about your products. And so I know I always hear Clarice talking about your products because when we have meetings, she always likes to bring special juice to the meeting. So I'm
The
sure she has.
manasu.
Yeah,
The
I'm sure.
manasu.
Well, I'm sure she has questions about some of your products.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's what, like four different areas that you guys are overlapping on. Is that right? So dance, karate,
Mhm.
um, the real estate, and then also on the beverage side. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the karate we don't do now. That was in our younger days, because the training was pretty hard. We used to
Oh, I
train at
bet.
Shingenji Temple in backup Korea, and then we did train in HOC before. Did have a class there,
That's right.
and then as everybody got older, we kind of didn't practice for quite a while.
Yeah.
We practice at JCCH too.
Oh yeah, JCCH.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh.
went all over to find a dojo.
Yeah,
To find
that's the
Mm.
hardest one.
that's the hardest is to find a home. To practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the cultural part that brought us together, and we're still doing it, and we still have a big vision and mission to accomplish. And
So is there any areas that you're not in yet that you're looking to go to, or just out of curiosity?
let's see.
That's a pretty full plate though.
Yeah,
It is.
it's a
It
full plate.
is.
Yeah, we're busy day and night from the time we wake up. We got the Awamori side to take care of the orders coming in the online, and that's where the biggest sales are. And we do ship to the mainland, and then Francis got her classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday sometimes, recitals, events opening up,
We're in and out, in and out,
in and out. Yeah,
out.
and that's,
Yeah.
Juggling our hats.
that's our lifestyle.
I know.
And that's-
I'm actually not sure how many times we actually saw each other this past weekend, but it felt like more times than in the last last like 10 years or something. But yeah, so with that, yeah, so moving, I guess, yeah, so getting to Randy's line of products. So Randy, if you could, I guess, yeah, tell us a little bit about the Kuba Awamori and how that I guess has shaped your path with HOA and other related organizations.
okay. Well, first of all, I used to go to Okinawa to, try to learn about my culture. Yeah? And uh, when I was going to Okinawa a lot before, there was a lot of past presidents that went along, or that was always there in Okinawa. And so we used to always gather together, and it's amazing where they gather. They gather at the hole in the wall cocktail lounges, in Okinawa, that even the government officials don't know where it is. But my two cousins, yeah, in Okinawa, said pulled me aside and said, you know, uh, I think you're looking for culture in all the wrong places. So let me take you to part of our family's uh, village, in Kunigami. And I stayed there for just a little while, just to learn about the culture. Because I guess in the villages in Okinawa, they they hold on to culture a little longer, heritage a little longer, tradition a little longer. But when you go to the city, the younger people, they go there to work, you know, go there to school. But anyway, I met some amazing people in the villages, amazing human beings. And in every village, Nakijin, Ogimi, Nakijin, Onna, they all have some type of Awamori distillery. And I kind of learned the history of Awamori. And it's really not for, I mean, for drinking, but it was there to help support the village, to sustain the village. It's the lifeblood of the village. And after World War II, the Battle of Okinawa, it was Awamori that kind of revived the village in a small way. It brought income back into the villages. The income that was brought back into the people's villages was used for the senior programs, the children's programs. So it's not just alcohol. It provides some type of revenue, and I was impressed on that. And the way they handled their alcohol, very disciplined. And this is I don't know if you can see it, but this is a chibugwa. So the chibugwa, look how small it is. So it's made to bring people together. And that's the whole essence of Awamori, is to bring people together. That's why the theme for Kuba Awamori is, the heart of Kuba Awamori is to bring people together. So the chibugwa is small enough where physically you come together, and of course the rule is you never pour for yourself, you pour for somebody else, somebody pours for you. And then that way it encourages interaction. And that's what Okinawans are good at. They're good at interacting with people face to face. That's why the events are very important. And the older people, when they celebrate birthdays or go to funerals or have something to say to somebody, they see it face to face. If they have to walk 5 miles, they'll do that. And that's what they're good at. And Awamori is something that brings them together. An aged Awamori that's aged 10 years, 20 years is very valuable in a village. And when they give that to somebody, even if a small amount, it means a lot, because it takes hard work to build, to make Awamori, to age Awamori. And Awamori is part of the history that helped the village sustain itself after the Battle of Okinawa. So there is a film that was made, Tea House of the August Moon, by Marlon Brando when he first started out. And you can look it up on the internet, Google it. And it tells about the village, how Okinawan people work together. And they were trying to sell different crafts and whatever to bring in, to revive the village. But then they found out that there is this brandy in Okinawa. And they didn't name it Awamori, but this brandy is what sold well. And a lot of the servicemen, military servicemen, bought it. And that's what helped revive each village. So that's why you see a lot of Awamori distilleries in each village. There's 47. And if you look at the size of Okinawa, it's just like Oahu, but it's longer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can imagine 47 distilleries, one in Ku'uku, one in Kaka'ako, one in Kailua, one in wherever, 47 all around. And that's a symbolic reason why Awamori exists today. But it's changing, it's getting more into a business. So there are a lot of younger generation Awamori distillers that inherited the company and are partners with outside companies. So it's more of a business now. But there are still traditional Awamori distilleries that I feel comfortable with, that we try to revive the old tradition of Awamori and bringing people together and watching. And if you drink in balance and moderation, that's the whole purpose of it. It's not to drink, not to get drunk.
You can share the Kuba.
Yeah, so this is a Kuba Awamori. Yeah, this is the premium. This is aged 3 years. 3 years. And this is the main, I guess, focus that I'm focusing on, is because there are a lot of karate people that still ask me to ship the Awamori to them. Is because Hishiki Sensei had a good contacts. So when they serve their time in the military, they spend 3 to 5 years, and so they get immersed in the culture. Besides taking karate in the base, they go outside the base and they train harder. So they have what they call black belt session, where they sit down and the sensei gets to know the student, student gets to know the sensei, and they talk, they connect with each other, and they build rapport. And that is the essence of what Awamori is. And so they try to duplicate that in wherever they go. So if they have a dojo that they started in Quantico, Virginia, or Fort Braggs in Georgia, they do the same thing. You sit down with the student, drink Awamori, get to know the student, and teach them the good values that was taught by the senseis in Okinawa. And they try to uphold that tradition wherever they go throughout the world. And of course, they always come back to Hawaii because it's a halfway point between Okinawa and the mainland. And they visit the karate senseis here. Of course, they're all getting old, but they still yet they try to maintain that connection. And then they go back to Okinawa, train, come back to Hawaii, rest, go back to the mainland once a year. So that's the essence of how Awamori got started in Hawaii and why I'm doing it. And hopefully it'll grow throughout all the other karate dojos through the help of WUB, because WUB has a worldwide network.
And there's different flavors, right? Flavors. So that one I like is coffee. Coffee Awamori is really, really good. On ice cream.
You guys all see this?
So we have a new label. We have a new label. It's much better designed, but that's the most popular one, Kuna Coffee Awamori. So the Aloha Awamori. Oh, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Oh no, maybe this is a good time because I look at your product. So this was the Aloha Awamori, the Kuna coffee, and then of course you mentioned you were showing your kusu, your 3-year-old, the Kuba Awamori, right? And so is this the same with different labeling as your 3-year-old kusu?
Yeah, so the Kuba Awamori is made to be traditional. So it's the traditional Awamori. Yeah. So that what you're holding is a 24% original that's sold in the stores. And we also have the pouches. And the reason for the pouches is we're trying to be sustainable. So if you notice, the bottles, what do you do with the bottles? You throw it away, but we're trying to be a good steward to the land here by having people convert to pouches. But it's a long road.
Conceal carry.
Yeah, you can go like this. Put it in your suitcase, it won't break.
Yeah.
So that's how we ship it to the mainland. Yeah, that's how we ship it to the mainland in pouches.
And this one has like the color of like whiskey. What was this one?
Amber.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it
Yeah,
smoked?
so it's smoked with kiawe wood. Yeah. So Glenn Shinsato and Amy Shinsato are the creators of the whatever is flavored awamori that's here. And
It has a smoky flavor.
has a very smoky flavor. And
So
the reason why we made that is because people ask for it, whiskey people. And so we try to duplicate what they ask for. And Glenn and Amy is good at experimenting and
right, this one was called the handcrafted vintage awamori.
correct.
You can see the color. I don't know if the viewers can see the color of it.
Yeah.
The reason the bottle is half full is because I always, let people sample it, not because
Are you sure, John?
It evaporates fast.
yeah, evaporation. So maybe explain the you sort of mentioned that there is Aloha Awamori and then there's Kuba Awamori, and of course your company is Lotus Spirits, right? You started that company back in when?
2012.
Okay.
And the reason for that company is Lotus Spirits. You need a company, and because alcohol is a very highly regulated industry, you have to have the label approvals under one company. and of course the trademarks and so forth. Um, and so Lotus Spirits is the company, but Kuba Awamori is the brand, yeah, and Aloha Awamori is a brand. So you have to have the brands in a company to exist in the liquor laws. So a lot of people ask me why Kuba Awamori? Why did you name it Kuba Awamori? It's because it's faster. There's a loophole in the federal regulations where if you name your family name, you can apply for a trademark later. So that's how Jim Beam got started. Jack Daniels, Tennessee, Bacardi. You know,
Huh.
they didn't have money back then to have a trade name or trademark. So that's why we named it Kuba Awamori. This is Aloha Awamori. This is a chili pepper flavored Awamori made by Glenn and Amy,
So beautiful labels.
and it's actually koregusu. Yeah, you know what koregusu?
Kore.
Koregusu is.
Koregusu.
So in Okinawa, they have on each table. Yeah, you can put it in your soba
Mm.
or sashimi or poke
It's
or
so
whatever.
pretty.
So we had a good designer.
Tongarashi sauce.
Yeah. So we
So
made the
is there?
Hawaiian version. Mhm.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, John.
back to that Aloha Awamori. So there's actually a lot of different flavors.
Yeah, so that's the chili pepper flavor, and we have the Kona coffee flavor, and we have the Okinawan black sugar flavor, and then we have the sugarcane and ginger flavor, and we have a lemon, Myers lemon from Wahiwa flavor.
Lemon is very good too. Lemon,
So
very
it-
refreshing.
Yeah, so Aloha Awamori is a collaboration between Okinawa and Hawaii. So we bring the Awamori in bulk here, 24%, original Awamori, and then we flavor it here with Hawaiian botanicals. So this Aloha Awamori comes, this chili pepper comes, the chili pepper comes from Hilo because we want to make it a Hawaiian, a combination of Okinawa and Hawaiian
Fusion.
fusion. Yeah.
Fusion. Wow, that's great. We have Aloha Awamori and Aloha Beer, both founded by Okinawans.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you're yeah, what is that nice black bottle?
Yeah, so the black bottle is 10-year Awamori. Yeah, you see the 10 in the middle. And then
That's a
the
long
one on the
time.
right is the 3-year Awamori, age 3 years, Kusu. So that's what people buy. And so not everybody, gravitates to Awamori. Yeah. The people that do are the people that listen to a beat of a different drummer. They're, they
That's very smooth.
It's very smooth. Yeah, it's aged. So they appreciate quality, they appreciate culture, they appreciate value, and 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 of course it's 40% less calories than any other vodka, gin, tequila, rum, whiskey. So a lot of women,
Oh.
a lot of women gravitate to that, and they mix it with their cocktails or whatever. And yeah, it's a drink that is healthier than the mass-produced things on the shelf.
So just a quick question, in Okinawa, I believe, and you can correct me, when they say kusu, of course, it has to be 3 years each, at least 3 years, but also they could call it kusu if they mix it with 3-year awamori. So it's kind of. I thought I heard that's one way to get around the requirement for kusu. But is your 3-year kusu? I mean, just it's age 3. It's 100% 3-year-old awamori.
Yeah, it's made by Nakijin, and then
Mm.
so I'm proud to be affiliated with them, and they do age it 3 years in a kame. So the kame is very important because the kame has to be made by a craft person that that can make it breathe, the ceramic breathe like earthenware, but at the same time hold the liquid like a stoneware. So it has to be in a correct kiln, correct temperature, the shape of it, and so forth. And it's similar to an oak barrel. Yeah. So oak barrel in the West is what they use for whiskey because it breathes, and the ceramic is used in the West, in the East, because that's the base of containers. So yeah, so it is aged, and but they do use the what they call a Solaris system, yeah, in different homes in Okinawa. So if you go to an old village in Okinawa and you go into their homes, they'll have a lot of uh, kames, yeah, in their home. It's because what they're doing is they're aging it, yeah, and there's a system to age it. There's a way of doing it. We call it the shitsugi system. And yeah, so that's how they age awamori in their home. And so when they pull out a 20-year awamori and give it to you, it's a very precious gift because it took that long to make it.
Tell about the angel share.
Well, well, yeah. So there is what they call angel share, and angel share is what when you put it in a kame, it evaporates quickly. So there has to be a way of keeping it, and but when it evaporates, that's what goes to the angels. Yeah, that's their portion of the spirit.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. What happens when you spill it?
Yeah, that's your loss. That's your loss. That's what they call
share.
the devil's share.
I had all these bigger bottles of awamori, and of course, the healthiest one happens to be my smallest bottle.
Oh,
Um, and so, why don't you tell us about manasu?
yeah. So manasu is called moromisu in Okinawa. Yeah. So moromisu is a byproduct of awamori. So you have to have awamori in order to make moromisu. Okay. So I named it manasu here is because I am combining it in the future with Hawaiian botanical herbs like olena, yeah, or mamaki, and that's coming up in the future. But uh, yeah, so it's the yin and yang theory, right? You have to have the yin to have the yang to exist, up, down, east, west to exist. So you need the awamori in order to have the moromisu, because whatever is not made into alcohol, whatever is not made into awamori, distilled, yeah, is made into vinegar, yeah, healthy vinegar. And so you have to have the two to exist. Um, and moromisu has 43% more citric acid than any other vinegar on the market, including apple cider vinegar. And so that's why, as a lifestyle in Okinawa, the older generation always drink vinegar in the morning and in the afternoon. So they drink about 1 teaspoon, with their meals or after their meals, or they mix it with any tea or almond milk or whole milk, because the theory in Okinawa is that fermented food is good for you. So um, in the American diet, of course, we're always drinking or eating preservatives, artificial ingredients, herbicides, pesticides, pollutants. So after 30, 40, 50 years, dose by dose, drop by drop, it goes into our digestive system. Our digestive system feeds it to our cells feeds it to our organs feeds it to our systems. And we all have different systems right in our body. Nervous system, skeletal system, circulatory system, immune system. And after 30, 40 years, whatever we feed grows. And if we feed, preservatives all the time, then we will come up with a chronic disease or autoimmune disease or so forth. So the purpose of the moromisu is to flush out toxins from our gut. So the more we flush it out, the better or more nutrients seep into our digestive system. And that's the essence of what moromisu or manasu is to flush out toxins in our body on a daily basis, like brushing our teeth, right? If we brush our teeth every day or twice a day, then most likely we won't have cavities. But if we brush our teeth once a year, most likely we'll have cavities. Same thing with our digestive system. We need to flush it out, clean out our toxins, on a daily basis. And that's why Okinawan people basically this is not the only reason, but this is part of the reason why they they are the healthiest and longest living people in the civilized world, according to National Geographic explorers. Of course, they exercise and they walk and they have gardens and eat organic food, but Moromisu is just one of the lifestyle uh, that they do every day.
Wow. So, are there other products that in the future that you're thinking about?
Yeah, so this is shikwasa. Yeah, shikwasa flavored.
Ooh.
Shikwasa flavored
Good. It's very good.
manasu or moromisu. So it's just going on the market. It's online. It's going every day, every day. Yeah. But anyway, that's one of the flavors. So we plan to have another flavor coming out, maybe acai, but I'm still working on the formula on that.
I like this one. It's really good. The
Yeah.
mixture, the combination of shikwasa and moromisu is really good. Honto oishii.
So we are working with Ogimi. Ogimi has a company called 748, but that's the name of the company. But they focus on shikwasa.
Oh.
Shikwasa is one of the superfoods in Okinawa. Shikwasa is similar to calamansi in Hawaii. So a lot of Filipino people uh, use calamansi in the cooking and whatever. But,
And ogimi is
Yeah.
the
and Ogimi is the ground zero of the healthiest or longest living people in the world.
ogimi.
Right, I
Ogimi.
remember that lady in Ogimi that would do the basho, making
Oh, yeah,
basho
yeah.
food.
Yes, special
This
She
food.
was
one.
Yeah.
over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Living treasure.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I really admire those people there because they really take care of themselves and they've been through the war. And because they've been through the war, they are the survivors of Okinawa, the Battle of Okinawa. And so they treasure life very dearly. And that's why they take care of themselves. They take care of each other. And that's our
So-
culture.
How can the easiest way for people to get all the different products is to go online?
They can go online, but the original Kuba Awamori 24% is in Marukai, Don Quixote Times, Tamura's Sake Shop. That's in the stores. But the kusu, they can come to our tasting room. And our tasting room is in Kakaako. And a lot of people come to the tasting room. They taste and they buy. And they take it home and ship it out or so forth. So a lot of insurance agents bring their clients there, realtors, and they talk story. We have a table that they can sit and sip and get to know each other, just like how it should be. Bring people together.
Can you explain about the different type of vinegar? Because there's black sugar and there's calamansi and there's the natural too, right? No sugar.
Yeah, so there's different flavors of the vinegar. Um, we have the all natural flavor that has no flavoring. But they would have to go online or um, uh, come to the tasting room for that. Then you have the flavor. This is black sugar. It's not white refined sugar. It's black sugar. Black sugar in Okinawa is treasured. It's natural, organic. And then you have the
That's the kokuto, right?
Oh,
Correct,
yes,
correct,
yes.
correct.
So,
and then you have the shikwasa flavor. So it's flavored with shikwasa. It does have a little black sugar in it. So it is made for taste. I mean for health, but we try to make it suitable for the American taste because Americans go by taste. Yeah, if it doesn't taste good, they're not going to drink it. But in Okinawa, if it's healthy, they'll drink it. So they don't mind the vinegary taste.
this is a winner.
See, now I know why. You said Francis is
My
marketing.
promoter. Yeah. My
Yeah,
promoter.
This is a
Francis is
winner.
promoter. So,
Oh,
just so everyone is clear, right? So the morimisu or the manasu is non-alcoholic. It's
Correct.
for health benefit, and so it's not something you probably pour in a glass and just drink. It's something you add teaspoon by teaspoon.
Correct. It's concentrated. It's made to be mixed with your orange juice or any citrus juice, or you can take it direct. But it's better to mix it. Yeah. The whole theory of this is to keep on putting fermented food in your diet because we don't we kind of swayed away from making homemade kimchi, homemade sauerkraut, homemade natto. We go to the store and we buy food that's has preservatives in it. But so this kind of levels a playing field where we put fermented liquid food back into our diet, and hopefully you'll even out the preservatives and modern diet that we eat and erase everything else.
I know in my experience, you either have the people that really like natto or completely don't like natto. And
Exactly.
of course, I'm on the side of completely cannot handle natto. So at least I have manasu.
Yeah.
But I
Yay.
want to try. I want to try the shikwasa manasu. That looks really delicious. I don't know which one are you gonna try, Clarice, or have you tried?
I think I want to try the shikwasa.
She did
Wasa.
it.
The
I
coffee
didn't you
one.
try it?
I'm not sure.
Well,
Right?
we when
Right.
we had the presentation, I believe you might have had that out there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You did have the one at the wab
Oh,
meeting.
then I liked it.
Yeah, that's the one. It was shikwasa
Yeah.
flavor.
Good.
It was very easy to take.
Well, we encourage all our listeners, viewers, find out more about Kuba Awamori and Aloha Awamori. And, of course, it helps to promote and perpetuate our culture here in Hawaii because Awamori is a product of Okinawa. And Randy is continuing to, I guess, perpetuate it by distributing Awamori here. And like you mentioned, it's hard to get. Oh, I don't believe I haven't checked lately, but it's not like you can walk into Don Quixote or Marukai and purchase Awamori. So, to have Kubo Awamori and Aloha Awamori products available is wonderful. But I really enjoyed hearing your stories of how you got together. I was telling Francis, I believe I knew both of you before you met, and it was nice. I thought it was a great match, you know, uh, to have both of you not only find each other but continue to be such a. Both of you contribute so much to the Okinawan community, and I hope it continues for many more years.
Thank
And I'm
you.
sure, between the two of you, Randy keeps pouring for Francis, and Francis keeps pouring. No, not here. Francis keeps pouring for Randy.
You pour for me?
One for you, two for me. So, of course, I believe Randy's motto was, what's hers is hers, and what's mine is hers. So maybe
Correct.
you can have two for every one of his. But again, wow, thank you for joining us. This was so much fun. It was very educational. Yuntaku Live, we always try to give people the opportunity to get to know, people in our community much better. And so next time they see you at an event, they'll probably come up to you and feel more comfortable saying hi and talking with you.
Mhm.
Thank
And we
you.
also
Thank
have
you.
the perfect event coming up
That's
with
right.
Kari.
That's
Yes,
right.
on August
Mm.
21. Yes, our kickoff event for the Okinawan Festival. So here at the Okinawan Center, Randy will be supplying the awamori, the sake, the wine. Um, one more thing.
Yeah. Well, why don't you
Wine.
give a
Yeah.
full information about that? What day?
Yeah, so August 21st, Sunday, it's a sunset pauhana that we're going to have at the Okinawan Center. So we've already got about 7 food vendors lined up. And then, and then Randy, of course, will be providing his beverages. And also Beer Labs with Nick Wong is also going to be here. And we're going to literally have a beer garden, so which is exciting to see
How
in Takakura.
exciting.
Yeah, the Takakura Garden. So we hope everyone will come and have fun and hang out and relax and get a taste of of what the Okinawan Festival is going to have to offer in terms of performances and entertainment. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it and bringing to everyone together on that day, August 21, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Okinawan Center. So,
Thank you.
How do
perfect.
you get the tickets, or how do you?
Oh, we'll post that information, but yeah, it'll go up online on our website. Yeah, and it'll be online, available online. So,
Mhm. Thank you.
thank you.
So we'd like to
everyone.
thank the HOA, John. We'd like to thank the HOA, you and Clarice, for all your dedication and hard work. We know what it's like to be a leader, and you guys are leading us in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, leading is so much easier and so much more fun when there's a community full of support, like both of you. And thank you again for making Yuntaku Live a wonderful experience. Yuntaku Live 63. And of course, thank you to Jacob Higa, who's been running our tech behind the scenes here. And of course, for Clarice, the co host tonight. We had a lot of fun, and it's always nice again talking with Randy and Sensei Nakachi. So again, thank you, Ippe Nihei Debiru, and join us again for our next Yuntaku Live in a couple weeks.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
you. Thank you.